Alrighty, so the dev notes are out on JP. Unfortunately, they are not out yet on global, which I would much rather read the global dev notes, but I really don't know how long it's going to take them to translate them and everything. So we're going to read these. Unfortunately, the biggest problem with reading these is sometimes there's just like it's literally just Google Translate on these, so there can be a little wonkiness. Whenever they talk about certain things because it doesn't translate very well. So it's going to be very talk heavy. So if you're not into that, I don't know, maybe skip it. But I don't know, there's normally pretty decent info on like upcoming stuff and everything. I don't know, you can just put it on in the background and listen to it while you do whatever. So before we hop in, thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out. Feel free to subscribe if you're not already, and let's get into this thing. So message from the development team, and then this is the director, Ku. So let's talk about it. So he says, "Hello everyone, I'm Ku P," which I don't think he's ever started it like this, but maybe, I don't know. I've been reading the translated like global patch notes for a while. So the producer of the Seven Deadly Sins, Battle of Light and Darkness. Yeah, this is already going to be much different. It's been a while. Hello players, how are you doing? Autumn has passed and cold winter will come soon. Players, please take care of your physical condition during this period of intense temperature difference. It's getting chilly, but I hope you'll have a warm winter in your heart. Okay, well, I mean, he's a nice guy, so I'll give it to him. This developer's note is about the 3.5th anniversary of the long-awaited Grand Cross. We will tell you about the improvements that we have applied or will be applying during the upcoming Eve event and the 3.5 anniversary update. So about the 3.5 anniversary jumping special step up gacha. Boy, oh boy, can I not wait to hear about the jumping special step up gacha. So I did skim this one a little bit. It says, as many of you have expected or can expect, prior to the Grand Cross 3.5 anniversary festival update coming at the end of November. So this is for JP. So we'll probably get it a little bit of the way through December for us because we're I guess we're a week behind, so it's not that bad. We'll get it at the beginning of December. An Eve free gacha event will be held to help new and returning players grow. So they haven't really done a good free gacha in a while. Like they did the one where you could get like the free copy of Escanor, which was good. But I don't know. They used to do a free banner before every single festival, and they kind of just stopped doing that. And so yeah. He says this is a free gacha event that will be held for the first time in a while. During this event period, you can draw gacha for free up to a total of 110 times, which is pretty standard for what they normally do. In addition, these free gachas will be progressed in a step-up format. You can get an SSR character by completing a specific step. In addition, in this 3.5 anniversary jumping special step-up gacha, all SSR characters that can be obtained in the gacha will be appearing in the rarity of the UR90 state. So, okay, they're not doing UR80 anymore. They've upped it to 90, which is actually kind of nice. That means you skip a little bit of the Belmoth phase. You still have to do the OG demon stuff, but that's pretty cool. Which is suitable for the name of jumping. Okay, that's why it's called the jumping special step-up gacha. You can use it with a special gacha ticket that can be obtained as a login bonus during the event period, so don't forget to log in every day. So more than likely, the way that they're going to do this is it's probably going to be either a 2-week-long or a month-long login event like they've done in the past, where you get one single ticket each time you log in, or I don't know, as you go through the login event, you'll gather tickets here and there. And one ticket is going to equate to one multi's worth of pulls. So you'll do a multi every time you get a ticket. So that's pretty cool. I like those. The free gacha 110 times event is an existing festival and an event that has been held many times, so it may be a little disappointing. Okay. However, at the 3.5 anniversary festival that will be held after the Eve, we will prepare the Eve. So is this talking about that will be held after the Eve? Is this talking about the New Year's one? We will be we will prepare especially gorgeous rewards and various events, so please look forward to it. Next, we will tell you about the improvements and some changes in the 3.5 anniversary. Okay, regarding the reorganization of the gold dungeon. Okay, so they're doing differences to the gold dungeon. That's weird. Gold is the most basic commodity that you can, or that can be acquired while playing Grand Cross, and it is also an essential commodity that is used to grow characters and equipment. In the process of character growth, gold is required for various elements, so gold is required each time a character appears. Focusing on the gold dungeon in Fort Solgris, where you can earn a lot of gold, players are constantly playing various content to earn gold, especially on Sundays when AP consumption is reduced. I am aware of what you are receiving. What? I am aware of what you are receiving. Thank you, all-knowing overlord. It may be a habitual play pattern, but if you play Gold Dungeon repeatedly on weekends due to the reduction of AP consumption, you will not be able to enjoy various other contents on the weekend, and we are struggling to solve it. Did. I would like to reorganize this part of the 3.5 anniversary festival update. So it sounds like he wants to do half stamina on like different days to make it to where you can do different things on Sunday, which I kind of like it the way it is. I gotta be honest. Like you can pretty much just dedicate a day, because Sundays are before, or I guess for JP Sundays are in the middle of the week for them. So I would assume they have the same day for gold farming, which means that it's kind of just in the middle of the week when they need to be doing other content. But for us, it's on Sunday, which is like almost all of the way through the week at that point, because we get updates on Monday nights into Tuesdays for me specifically. So I guess most of the time the weekly events and stuff like that are pretty much done for me at that point. So I guess that makes sense in a way. Since various characters and growth factors have been updated so far, gold usage and necessity has increased. So instead of excluding gold dungeons from the weekend AP consumption reduction event at Fort Solgris, what a mouthful, we want to make it easier to acquire gold at any time. We plan to always reduce the AP required in the gold dungeon by half. So I'm pretty sure this is just for the 3.5 anniversary. But they're just always going to have half stamina for the gold dungeon, which is interesting. As a result, you will be able to play the gold dungeon with your AP reduced at all times. The treasure chest obtained from the gold dungeon will not be sold separately and will be changed to directly obtain gold. Okay. That's okay. I mean, as long as it's like an equal amount, I mean, who knows? It could be actually better than like the, sometimes you run it and you get all like SSR or SR chests or whatever. Because, I mean, more than likely you're just trying to farm and hope that you drop as many UR treasure chests as possible. As long as the gold that you're giving, instead of giving us treasure chests, equate to more, if not the same, as you would already get, then I guess that's fine. I mean, I guess. Of course, the amount of gold that can be obtained directly will be the same as the amount obtained in the existing gold dungeon, and we plan to set the overall amount gold obtained, including a 20% increase in the selling price of the treasure chests. Okay, but the problem is you can drop different rarities. So if you're making it to where you just drop plain gold, that's it, like a set amount of gold, then you take out the variance of like, oh, I got lucky and I pulled a UR chest or an SSR chest. So I need to know how much you're giving. I mean, obviously they're not going to post it in here, but whatever. However, please note that if your gold reserve exceeds 1 billion gold during this process, you will be restricted from playing the gold dungeon. We hope that through this 3.5 anniversary update, the gold dungeon, which has become easier and more free to play, will help many people grow. So, from my understanding, the only reason anybody's going to have over 1 billion gold right now is because they're waiting for you, the developers, to put on the Gear Gacha Raid Up event, which you haven't done in almost a full year at this point. So, I don't really think restricting people from farming gold is the best idea if the reason why they're hoarding it is because you won't put out an event that people are looking for. So, kind of odd, gotta be honest with you. Improving of AP recovery method. Okay. Interesting. Currently, when using an AP recovery potion, it is a mechanism to recover up to the maximum value of AP that increased according to the player rank. With this method, the usage efficiency of AP recovery potions gradually improves as the player rank increases, but at lower ranks, the efficiency or the usage efficiency is poor, and there was a part that felt burdensome when players or when playing content continuously. I can understand that. I think this part made new and returning players who need to consume more AP pots and grow rapidly feel that using AP recovery potions was a loss. Therefore, in order to reduce the burden of using AP recovery potions for middle and lower player ranks, we would like to improve the recovery amount of AP recovery potions to be a fixed value. Okay. Of course, in order to help players who have already reached the maximum rank, the improved AP recovery value is set higher than the maximum value that can be recovered in the current game, and 120 AP is recovered per use. Intend to do something. Thank you. 120 is not too bad, because at the moment, like if you're like me and you have that one tavern piece that gives you 1 extra stamina, you're at 110. Most people are probably at 109, but I could get 110 off of my potions, which is fine, I guess. But going up to 120 is kind of nice. You get an extra 10 out of that, so can't really complain there. Okay. We have made improvements to help not only players who have just started or returned to Grand Cross, but also many players who have been enjoying the game for a long time. I hope that it will be of some use to the players. Improvements of the AP recovery method will be applied during the 3.5 anniversary update at the end of November, and along with the reorganization of the Gold Dungeon. Okay, about the addition of the Constellation Mana Stone ability value change system. Thank you. The Constellation system, which was updated in October 2021 based on the Japan and South Korea servers, activates the mana stones of each constellation using GP granted by acquiring characters and costumes and their training status, thereby enabling the abilities of possessed characters. It was unveiled as an interlocking growth system that raises the value. Constellations are composed of mana stones that give basic stats and substones that give additional stats, and you can use GP to acquire linked constellations in order. However, since the amount of GP obtained is limited, we recognize that it is difficult for many players to feel the feedback of the growth from the constellations. In order to strengthen the feedback of the growth by such constellations and feel the growth that has been raised from the existing constellations through play, we are preparing to adjust the overall number of GP acquisitions, including the acquired GP, and add a new system according to the constellations. We are here. I love, that's the best part about these JP patch notes, is the weird little just like one-liner quips that it throws in for some reason. We are here. We are currently in the process of adjusting the balance of the stats with the aim of applying the update at the end of December, and we will provide more details in the future developer notes. So this is pretty interesting. I was just told like yesterday or the day before that when you complete Constellation 5, I think, or no, maybe it's 4, I'm on Sloth. So once you finish that one for getting I don't know, I would assume you'd have to be around 10 plus mil box. Well, I guess the box CC doesn't necessarily equate to it, but I'm on Sloth. I'm almost, when I say almost done, I'm like 75, like 80% of the way through Sloth. And from my understanding, once you finish that one, you get around 1,000 CC worth of increase, which is not too much. But when you finish the next one, which is where, you know, a lot of the really big whales are at this point, you get like 5k CC increase, but the GP cost on a lot of the stuff is way higher. So the fact that it's like just like, you know, you're not getting that much of an increase lower on, and, you know, only the people who are spending like tons of money are getting like big increases is kind of annoying to see. But I guess that's kind of just the way the game is structured. But I don't know, not a big fan of the Constellation system in general, but I don't know, if they're going to restructure it and make it a little bit better, hopefully, that's great. Regarding the addition of upper and intermediate levels of fighting class buffs. Okay. Along with the continuous addition of characters and the opening of growth stages, players are steadily growing their fighting class. So I'm assuming this is talking about box CC. Currently, the upper limit of class buffs is set at 12 million, which is the highest box CC count that or like the highest box CC buff that you can get. People are already at 14 million. But the number of high-ranking players exceeding this is steadily increasing. We are preparing. We are preparing. Considering that the higher the rank, the slower the rank increase speed, we subdivided the existing rank buff stages to give a sense of accomplishment to increase the rank. We are planning to reconfigure it so that you can feel the growth due to the grade increase. We are also preparing for the addition and subdivision of the fighting class buff stage for the update at the end of December. So it seems like they're going to be doing a really big update for the end of the year festival, I would imagine. So that update's probably going to be pretty big. Overall, I can't really tell what they're saying in this one because it's really jumbled from the Google Translate. I think what they're saying is they're going to be adding more tiers in between, so that way players can hit different milestones a bit easier, and it's not like a 2 million box CC gap in between buffs. I would imagine if they did it like every 1 million, that'd probably be a little bit better. And then I'm assuming what they're saying is they're going to be adding more on top as well. So, honestly, the higher they go, the more out of reach some players become, because like I said, there are people who are already at 14 million. I would be willing to say that a majority of the player base is where I'm at, if not lower. So I'm almost to 10 million, and I feel like that's pretty good. But there's people who already have the 12 million buff. And then, like I said, there's already people who are up at 14 million, so those people are going to get even more bonus, which makes their CC go even higher. Like, for me, it's tough unless I just have like a really good set of characters that I've already invested a lot into to hit over 360k CC with CC food. So the fact that they're adding new tiers and everything like that, and people with 12 million, I already see, like when you watch Nagato's videos or something like that, it's not uncommon for him to use new characters that he's completely already maxed out and everything, but that's a different story. He's using these characters and everything and hitting 370k, and that's pretty high. A 10k increase is pretty significant. So the fact that they're going to be adding more means that more than likely he's going to be jumping up to like 380k or whatever the case may be. So it's just it creates like a big buffer zone to where like players like him, like who have just invested a lot of money and stuff like that into the game, they can get away with using characters that are kind of bad and have bad CC, but because their overall account gets more CC because of how much they've sort of earned and went through, I guess, it makes it a little unfair, I've got to say. I mean, it's not really fair in general, like either way you look at it, but I don't know, it's just kind of annoying. Like if I wanted to use who's a bad character, if I wanted to use Melascula, who knows? Melascula just comes to mind because I've been wanting to use Melascula lately. She doesn't have great CC. She's pretty old at this point. She doesn't have a Holy Relic yet, so she's not getting a stat increase from that. She's probably going to bring my CC down a lot. But he would be able to get away with using that character on a team and still have enough CC to beat over regular players because his overall CC is just a lot higher. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know. These buffs are fine, whatever. They're already like ingrained into the game at this point. There's nothing you can do about it, but kind of annoying nonetheless. Regarding the resumption of the simultaneous repulsion event of the Demon Beast, Belmoth, and the Primordial Demon. I have heard a lot about this from the player base already. People really want this back. We plan to resume the simultaneous repulsion event of the two types of high-ranking annihilation battles, Belmoth and OG Demon, held through the 50 million download Great Thanksgiving. After the 50 million download Thanksgiving festival ended, many people expressed their disappointment that the simultaneous repulsion event of the High Annihilation battle has ended. The development team has also accepted these opinions and is preparing to restart the high-level Annihilation battle simultaneous repulsion event as soon as possible. Along with opening of this simultaneous repel event, the 3.5 anniversary update will also add a parfait. No way. That will allow you to acquire additional energy of the Genie of the Origin. So please look forward to it. So, it doesn't sound like they're going to make this a regular part of the game. It seems like it's going to be a festival event that they're going to do more often. So simultaneous clear for the the 2 highest ranking demons is probably not going to be a regular part of the game, at least for the moment. But they are going to bring it back during events, it seems like. But the fact that they're also giving us food for the OG demon is really, really big, because that means that you can be doing, whenever these events come around, you're going to want to buy up the food. You're going to want to do as many OG demons as you possibly can, and that'll probably stockpile you for a pretty good little bit, like at least a couple of characters, or you'll be able to work on your box and, whatever. So that sounds okay. I mean, I know that everybody wants it as like a regular part to the game, but I don't know, it kind of does mess with the whole like matchmaking system that they have in place. Like if everybody's doing all 3 of their demons at one, like in one go, the people who are like trying to do additional demons by helping other players out, by sitting in queue and stuff like that, there's not going to be nearly as many hosts, I guess, and it's just going to be hard to find people to play with, I guess. So I understand kind of why they're hesitant on making this a regular part of the game, but I don't know. I would like to see it as a regular part of the game too, because it is very, very nice, but I understand their sort of concern, I guess. In this developer notes, we provided information about the events that will take place prior to the 3.5 anniversary, as well as the improvements and changes that we plan to update from the 3.5 anniversary to the end of the year. With the 3.5 year anniversary eve and the 3.5 year anniversary festival to be held soon, we have prepared a rich and varied event with a heart of gratitude to everyone, so please look forward to it. The next developer note will tell you about the updates we have planned for the New Year holidays and special developer message. We will continue to do our best and continue to strive to satisfy our players. Thank you for your continued support of Grand Cross. So overall, a pretty decent patch note, I guess. It seems like they're going to be doing a free banner, of course, which is great. I guess this is just for the festival alone. They're going to be doing half stamina for Gold Dungeon all the time, which is kind of an interesting event. Stamina pots are getting a little bit of a rework, which is kind of cool. Constellation system's going to get an update in December. Also, the box CC is going to get an update in December. And then they're going to bring this event back and give us OG Demon food. So I'm pretty happy with it, I guess. I mean, those are all pretty good changes. I'm imagining each update's probably going to have small quality of life updates regardless to probably help smooth things out, which I'm always a fan of. But yeah, that's pretty much it. A little bit long, 24-ish minutes. But yeah, if you made it all the way to the end, give me a little apple emoji or something in the comment. And that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you in the next one.